Welcome back to the channel. Today you find us on a glorious day in September in the heart of Northumberland. We're just a few miles away from restaurant Freyja, and this is the second location we have for the restaurant Freyja Kitchen Garden. Whilst we grow lots and lots of produce, what we can't forget about is what's on the hedgerow. So one of the things we've discovered is if you pick some blackberries and you put them all together and you put 5 or 6 in your mouth at once, it tastes wonderful, don't it? 2024 has been a really difficult year for most growers, whether or not you're commercial growers like ourselves, whether or not you're allotment growers or you grow in your back garden. It's been really difficult. And it's been really difficult because it's been very cold, very wet and very windy. Those weather conditions have made us think we possibly need a second location. Working with a Michelin star restaurant, you've really got to make sure you've got that certainty of supply. So what we're introducing is a 2-centre approach. We've got the walled garden where we'll have the fruit, the vegetables, herbs, and a magnificent greenhouse we're going to have. But really what we needed to do was to have a second location with more covered cropping. The biggest advantage of this second location is we've got 10 commercially sized polytunnels covering 1/4 of an acre, and that really introduces us that certainty of supply. Great advantage of polytunnels is the temperature in here is warmer than is outside. We have overhead irrigation, we have ground level irrigation, so we can control the watering, and it's also protected against the wind. So we can grow a lot more stuff in polytunnels. That's really important. Any parts of England, but particularly so in Northumberland, where, you know, as I said many times, we do have cold, wet and windy conditions. September is a really interesting month because the summer's come to an end and autumn's not quite starting, so it's very much a transition month. We've still got some crops from the summer, we've got some crops getting ready for the autumn, and we're busy planting and sowing for the overwintering crops. This is the engine room of everything we do. This is where we code to the plan, we sow everything. What we've got here is we've got Lucy, she's busy sowing what we're going to plant out in October. It's really important that we hit the dates and hit the volume of what we're trying to do. So Lucy, what have you been sowing today?
I'm just about to sow some salad rocket, some oriental leaves, and then further down we've got some pak choy and some chicory. And then we've also got some spring cauliflowers and some spring cabbages that are just about ready to go out.
So Lucy spends an awful lot of time in here, right the way through the year. She's just sowing things ready for us to plant out, and the things we plant out, we then harvest.
We'll see them start growing in about 5 days, but they'll need another month in the greenhouse for them to get about 1 inch big, and then they'll head out to the polytunnel where they'll get planted out for the winter.
Just as Alex has got to get those final level of details right, we as gardeners have to do the same thing as well. We've got to make sure that the produce is exactly how Alex wants it, and that meat goes down to the final level of details as to when we source them, when we plant them, when we harvest them. And we're looking all the time to make sure that what we're growing is what Alex wants. So when we are planning, we look 12 months ahead. We're looking to see when we have to sow things, when we have to plant things, and when we have to harvest them. That gives us information as to when we have to order the seed, how many seeds we need to order, but also, very importantly, means I can supply to the restaurant a harvesting schedule, saying on this month you will have this produce, on the next month you will have that, and they can also look ahead and plan their meals out accordingly. I worked in technology for 37 years, during the whole period, the one job I always wanted to be was to be a market gardener. And I started my journey as a market gardener 11 days before my 60th birthday. Fast forward 8 years, I'm enjoying every single day. Helps mind when it's a day like today. But this is a magnificent job to have. It's wonderful. You're connected with nature. You're growing some fantastic produce, and you're delivering them to some fantastic chefs. What could be better than that? Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks very much for visiting. If you liked it, please subscribe. See you next time.